Battered and brain injured, identifying and supporting brain-injured women survivors of intimate partner violence. Picture 4 women that you know and love. See their faces in your mind. Your mother, your sister, your daughter, your oldest friend. Now choose one of those 4 and know that she will experience intimate partner violence. Every year, thousands of Canadian women are beaten by their intimate partners. Violence which can cause a permanent concussive traumatic brain injury or TBI. The most common forms of physical violence are hits to the head, face and neck, including strangulation, causing brain injury to the part of the brain that allows you to organize tasks, successfully develop and execute a plan, remember important dates and events, control your emotions, and recognize emotions on someone else's face. And just like sports-related concussions, the more you get, the worse the damage gets. We wanted to understand how much IPV service providers knew about traumatic brain injury and identify ways to improve the health and well-being of women survivors. We invited 68 organizations across the Greater Toronto area who self-identified as offering support services to women survivors of IPV to answer our survey. We discovered a widespread lack of knowledge. Existing research suggests as many as 80% of women survivors of intimate partner violence may have traumatic brain injury. Previous research indicates that blows to the head, face and neck, concussion and loss of consciousness were serious indicators of potential TBI, but often these experiences aren't being actively inquired about. The great news is that 88% of organizations said it is possible for their agency to adapt client services to make it easier for women with TBI to benefit and are willing to seek training about identifying and supporting TBI. So in Phase 2, we held the first Canadian gathering of stakeholders at a one-day workshop in Toronto to start the education process and build alliances. Women survivors, frontline workers, researchers, representatives from the TBI sector and disabled women's advocacy groups, everyone at the table contributing to the conversation. 3 overwhelming messages emerged from the workshop. Education is critical and needs to happen on multiple levels simultaneously to raise awareness about the risks of TBI. Secondly, research is a top priority. We need to expand our understanding of this complex intersection. Thirdly, next steps needs to take place to move us towards our goal of improving the health and well-being of brain-injured women survivors of IPV. It is also important to listen to women survivors themselves. Sometimes it is easier to focus on their bruises than it is to see their strengths. But these comments from survivors at the workshop show how we can make a difference. These women shared their stories, their pain and their laughter with us and left us with a message of hope and a challenge to continue. These are their words. I think if other women can just have the chance to participate in this kind of training, to be here really is for me a privilege. Because as a survivor and having those with different experiences with others, I just feel myself that really there is something changing in my life. With all the abuse I went through, I never thought I might have traumatic brain injury, but coming to the conference today and listening to all the information, I'm sure that at some point in my life I did experience it. This research project about brain injury, this is an eye-opener for all of us because it taught us how important it is to know the value of mental health, which might be compromised because of intimate partner abuse. The research team would like to thank all the participants who shared their knowledge and expertise with us so we could begin to understand the intersection of traumatic brain injury and intimate partner violence.